Welcome to the place where you get to learn how successful people got to where they are today by being ordinary people like you and me.
We sit down with builders, operators, and founders to talk about how they think and how they become themselves and what advice they would give to their younger selves.
I'm Andres Estrada, and I'm joined by my co host Marco Panduro. And we started this podcast because we wanted real conversations with people who are building something meaningful or who've already built it. If you're early in your journey or just looking for better questions to ask, this podcast is for you. Welcome our guest, David Orozco. How you doing, David?
Welcome,
Good,
man.
guys. I'm pretty nervous, but excited to be here.
Don't be nervous. We
This,
work together.
this is a dream come true.
Yeah. No,
I always
glad
wanted to be on a podcast.
really?
Yes.
For how long have you wanted to be on a podcast?
Since I started listening to podcasts.
We're your
Like,
first
maybe-
podcast? What?
Yeah, my second. But the other one was like,
Wait, we're not your first?
no, but the other one was like not as formal as yours.
Dude, we gotta end this podcast
yeah.
already.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe.
Yeah, it was just a small interview, nothing
It's-
crazy.
Gosh, dude.
This
no,
is legit.
this is legit. You're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
I want you to tell the people, the audience, a little bit about David and who he is. What would you want them to know?
So, I'm David Orozco, and what I would like to know, what I would like for the people to know about me is that God is first in my life,
Mhm.
and it's built on everything that I do in my life since I started, even before I started doing anything driven in my life,
Mm.
I wouldn't be here without Him.
Mm.
So
Amen.
that's main thing, yeah, man. So everything else is just
Doesn't
part of
matter.
a journey.
Awesome. Next question.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Already next. That was fast. Cool.
Anything else you'd like for them to know before I get to my next question?
I mean, if most, I started in the financial services industry
Okay.
with Primerica. So you guys, for those that know about it, it's a multi-level company. That's where my sales career started. I did it for like about 5-6 years. Then from there, I went to, I've done quite a few things. I've been in a restaurant industry, as a restaurant manager,
Mm.
from detailing cars. I used to detail cars for about a year or so.
Mm.
So I remember I used to put my stuff in my Subaru
Mhm.
and I would drive around, door knocking. So I would door knock and
For the detailing.
detailing,
Huh.
and I would present my services. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, I detail cars, from 80 to 140. And I was
140
always
was like the super big cars, dirty cars?
yeah. I remember like I done to the worst conditions to like the most simplest details, but I was always detail oriented, so maybe it took me a little bit longer. But
Mm.
it would take me roughly about 2 hours
To
to
do
detail.
a car.
Mhm.
Hey, Mr. Producer, is that normal?
2 hours
Yeah.
for every.
Yeah.
That's around there. If it's really dirty, maybe 3. I know you've probably been down that road.
Yeah.
Our
no, for
guy,
sure.
our social media partner here, he used to do deal. He does detailing.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Yeah.
he's a
cutie
pro.
too.
He's a cutie patootie detail. He does it with
No
the shirt
flirting
off.
with the
Okay,
staff.
sorry,
no
sorry,
flirting
guys.
with the
Okay,
staff.
Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah.
Sorry, offset.
Offset. Go back to detailing. Who's David?
Oh yeah, but
So you detailed for a bit.
I did,
After
yes.
that, wait, did
Uh,
that come after Primerica?
yes, that came after Primerica,
Primerica.
and then I started detailing. I did Primerica for 5-6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was scary. I learned a lot about mental, like being relentless, being
Toughness and
consistent. I
Yeah.
learned how to recruit. Those
Mm.
companies are built on recruiting.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'm pretty good at motivating people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, not that I'm the best in the world. I'm not a Tony Robbins or
Yeah.
but I do aspire. I look up to those people like Andy Frisella, Tony Robbins, Ed Milet. They're just a big coaches in my life
Mhm.
that I follow in social media a lot, and
Nice.
their podcasts as well.
Yeah.
I recommend it, guys. But that was like a lot of the mental development throughout those years. Like, I don't think that a lot of people invest in themselves in self development, and
Mhm.
like for me, that was like a big thing that I think I'm grateful for. Like, that's brought me to the right people today. But yeah, like it started detailing. From detailing, I went to UTEP. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I think I gotta go back to college, because I started off before Primerica. I was in APCC. I dropped off.
Mhm.
I'm like a seasonal dropped off. You could say whatever.
Mhm.
But then like UTEP was that last stroke where I was like, you know what? I just don't feel like being at college is my thing. Like,
Mhm.
I can't sit down and try not to do the thing that I'm trying to learn.
Mhm.
Like I want to do it now.
Mhm.
And I always been more of a life. Like I grew up from the streets.
Mhm.
I learned my stuff. I have survival instincts skills,
Mm.
you say, and it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a real thing. You need to learn how to grind. You need to learn how to provide. I'm like that dog that's when it's hungry, it's gonna find its next food,
Right.
regardless of where I am at.
Yeah.
And it's always been that throughout my life. And I could backtrack a little bit more, but I'm sure you'll have questions to
Yeah.
open up to that. But UTEP, went to UTEP, and that's where I met you guys. I said this guy is up to something. I said we met in the rec room, the real estate club.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're in UTEP, please, I recommend you guys go there. You guys need to network. That's a big thing. And that's where I met Andres. From Andres, I met Daniel Juarez. I met Alejandro. I met George. I met Marco. And from there, it's just been a full uphill, full learning of experience. And that's what we have right now with home buyers in El Paso as well. But now we are here at the Estradas method, right?
Yeah.
And to commercial, right? But we're so much more to there's a lot more journey ahead of us. Like
Yeah.
I'm not fully, I'm not the top dog yet.
Yeah.
I always remember myself to keep myself humble
Yeah.
before doing anything else. Like there's someone else better than you always. There's always going to be
in everything.
yeah. So yeah, but that's basically just a little bit more like just on the surface area.
That's
Yeah.
good.
No, that's good. I think the part that was really interesting you said was survival instincts.
Yes.
Where'd you get survival instincts from?
Well, I got it from Andy Frisella, but it's like one of those things that you learn from, like, when you're broke and you come from poor. My families came up from poor. Most of them come up from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Yeah.
Like out there, their mindset is just more of a survival type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, but they don't think about like abundance. Like when you start thinking about, well, there's wealth to be generation wealth. Like that's the type of wealth I want to leave behind.
Yeah.
But being at it, just like that survival skill set is like where you just know that you're gonna get that. You could get stuff done. Like you can make a certain amount of money, like doing sales or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna do whatever it takes. Like not saying that you're unethical or anything like that, but just making sure that you provide like whatever it takes for your family, whatever, pay out your bills. That's a true skill set for someone that doesn't have those responsibilities in their life.
Right.
That they don't have to pay bills. They don't have to like, oh, I'm not gonna get foreclosed, or oh, I'm not gonna. They're not gonna turn off the lights on me, or I'm not gonna be able to give food to my kids.
Right.
Like to be very honest with you, like yes, you can learn without having all that, but it helps you kind of like to push you forward as well, because you understand that it comes with responsibilities.
Yeah.
So like when you have that in your mind, it was like, or let's say you also have haters, whatever, people are gonna say stuff to you. Like when someone tells me you can't do this, like I'll save that in my neck forever, and I'll be like, I remember when you said this, and look at me now. Like, oh, I thought what you said? Yeah, I wasn't able to do this. Oh, look at me now. Like, I'm that type of person. I like to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
And then go back to them like, what do you learn?
Yeah.
And
that like helps towards the survival because it gives you the motivation to want to survive, right? For your own good, but then also because it's like there's competition out there who don't want to see you survive.
No,
they'd rather see you drown.
Yeah, of course. You're always gonna have the competition, but then again, like I think competition is really good too. And without it,
so too.
I don't think there will be any winners, or top producers in the world.
Right.
From Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kobe, all those great people, successful, even entrepreneurs, Alex Hermosi, Brian. We were just talking about Brian, the huge broker in New York.
Yeah.
So, it starts from there.
Yeah. And it's really all a journey, and where you start, detailing to, sales from, you're the older ones here, so you have the more experience, and you're definitely not the same person you were 5 years ago.
Right.
So, you've seen a lot of growth in yourself, but how about now? You're in the company, you're doing what you like. Where do you see this going? Where we're at? Where do you see this going in the future? Like your position and who we are. Let's say, any time in the future. But where do you see it going exactly?
As company wise?
Yeah, for you. What do you think?
Oh, for me.
Yeah, where's David gonna be?
Yeah, no, I do see myself being a person that's like a coach, like for young entrepreneurs that you know, I had many mentors as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
One of my first mentors was Sandra Aleman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you a little bit about her because even though she was very tough,
Yeah.
I mean, to a point, guys, like she made me cry. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
And do you cry often?
no,
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
I cry when only the Lord touches my heart.
There we go. So he was
But-
touching your heart right there.
Yeah, no, but no, she was tough.
Okay,
Like her
okay.
background, she did like military kind of camp,
Okay.
you know.
Mm.
But like, just imagine this: she's Hispanic mixed with Japanese or like
Mm.
Chinese, you know.
Interesting.
So imagine like the attitude, you know.
Mhm.
So she was really tough.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, she would tell me things like straight up, like she would be like, "You're wet behind your ears,
Mm.
or you're so green." Like, you know, like she would be tough.
Mhm.
But sometimes I think that we're so babied throughout our lives that
Mhm.
when someone comes up to you with like that type of like being strict with you,
Yeah.
like because you were like, there's a reason why people are where they're at
Mhm.
because they're always like spoon fed, you know, or
Mhm.
like they grew up on the silver spoon. Not everyone, right? But the majority,
Mhm.
and they don't know what it takes. So Sandra was always like, she was so tough on me, man.
But you didn't even grow up easy, bro.
No, I
Like-
didn't. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I think she was like that rude awakening of like, hey, bro, like, wake up. Like, no one's gonna come and save
Like
you.
lock in.
No one's gonna come and save you. You know.
Mm.
So for me, it was like, she like woke me up. You know. So like going back to that, like what you asked me about, like where you see yourself. I
Mhm.
see being a coach of mentors, like a mentorship. For many people that are looking to develop their business in real estate. And like, I know like my specialty acquisitions, getting sales, like getting the deals, whatever it is, the case, right? But having a group of people of reaching out to us and like, how do I get started? Well, do this, man. And telling them straight up how it is, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta slap them across the face, like literally. Like, I mean, not physically, right? But but
Sometimes
literally, yeah,
sometimes-
sometimes it's
but-
just
Depends
like
who
it,
it
right?
is.
yeah, but no, for sure, like so that I see myself doing mentorship, some
Mentorships,
coaching
okay.
within the business, with what we're building, but mainly like, you know, having so many, not just on the residential, you know, we're still gonna be doing that, I feel like, for a while, but the commercial side of that, now that I'm pretty excited about.
Mhm.
I haven't been able to promote to that side yet because I have responsibilities in the residential side,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely excited about the commercial side of it
Yeah.
and working with people that have a different network, a different level, a different hunger. You know, I would love to work with people that are close to God. First, that's a
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
important thing for me in my life and my business.
Yeah.
That are well rounded with God and that they lead their life with those steps.
Mhm.
But that's where I see myself. You know, it is, yeah. Like, I mean, if I have to put a number to it, I mean, I would love to make over 100,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's a goal, you know, making more, um, getting better each year. I mean, I went from making 10,000 a year to, you know, to 13, from 13 to 26, to 26 to 50, you know, like, and it's been going up each year.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing the improvement throughout
Yeah.
my career, my life, of my sales career,
Yeah.
of my self development, not just, you know, financially,
Yeah.
but spiritually, mental, physical. Well, physical, I lost a lot of physical, and I did miss.
You're still handsome, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
thank you, stuff. You
Yeah.
flatter.
Oh,
No
yeah.
flirting,
No
Marco.
flirting, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
He
did
can't help
miss.
himself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
he
miss
can't.
one of my most important passions, you could say, which was soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer was my biggest passion, my almost my everything.
Yeah.
But I think God works in a very mysterious ways. He literally snapped my knee. You know, you
Mm.
can say He let it happen.
Yeah.
And since then, you know, it's just taught me. Like, I don't think I would have been in this room if that wouldn't happen. Because I would have been like, oh, maybe playing soccer or professionally. I mean, I was already semi-professional. But I think that route, it's just God works in so many ways, and He's like, you know
Mhm.
what? You're being selfish. Like, I'm gonna take you away from that journey.
Yeah.
Like,
Which at that time you were also in communication with God and you still had a relationship with Him. No?
I did, but I feel like I was a bit more egotistical.
Like
Yes.
prideful.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, I got this.
I got it,
like,
yeah.
like I was being
You
prideful.
can't touch me. Or
Like, yeah, I was, yeah, you know,
you
like,
weren't humble.
yeah, I was losing my humbleness, to be honest. But yeah, then God was like, see,
Oh, let me
Bye
snap-
bye knee.
yeah,
let me-
you know,
let me
like,
snap your knee.
yeah, humble and fast. But that's what kind of made me like realize, you know what, like there's more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's just soccer, like that was my foundation. And it
Mhm.
was like, no, it
Yeah.
doesn't start there, buddy. It
Yeah.
starts with God.
Yeah,
And once you put
exactly.
that in the main place,
Yeah,
it's a whole game changer. Like,
exactly.
yeah, I'll tell you sometimes when like we close one of our biggest deals.
Yeah.
You know, we well, it was like 172. We signed it for like
54 or something like that.
252,
Yeah,
like 100,000 assignment.
yeah,
It was like like, and then after
That's
that,
crazy,
like,
yeah.
yeah, you're like, the feeling. It's like it's just like switches, like something changes on you, and you're like, I was telling Andres, I feel like I'm walking on water, but
yeah.
God is allowing me
Oh, there
to
you
do
go.
that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was feeling these vibrations like so
Yeah.
different. And now like yeah, there's months like, oh man, like I haven't gotten like sale, but
Yeah.
you just know if God could feed the pigeons in the air in the you know in the
Yeah, in the air,
sky,
yeah.
he could feed you easily, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like then you and I had this conversation many times, and
Mhm.
it's like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna be taken care of.
Yeah.
And then boom,
Taken
like
care of.
lead shows up.
Yeah.
You're like sitting there like
Randomly.
yeah, like you're like, oh, I don't have a lead, and
Yeah.
like boom, like oh, on the 79912 zip code, oh, like you know,
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
club, you know,
Yeah.
you're like got excited, right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of where I see myself. I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole, but
Yeah.
there's a lot more.
Well, so like,
revision to
if
it.
that's what you see yourself doing, what's stopping you from like trying to do that now?
right
Or when do you think you'll be ready to do that?
there's no limitations. I mean, I mean on the side because commercial and residential are two separate worlds in our office, but we're
Yeah.
still working as a team to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm building a team right now, you
Mhm.
know. So if you guys are looking to learn about wholesales, reach out to us. Like we'll teach you. Like there's a saying, right? There's
Mhm.
good doctors and bad doctors.
Mhm.
Which doctor are you? You know,
Mhm.
like we want to teach good wholesalers how to actually get good deals, how to
Yeah.
underwrite it, how to pitch it to your investors, and how to run numbers. Like some wholesalers out there are just running numbers ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
It's crazy.
Yeah, and we do provide a value. You like it or not, there's a value to that. I mean, there's a service, you know?
Talk to me about that.
It's like a product, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like wholesalers are those are like deals that people aren't willing to do the hard work, like going through the airships, finding connections, like how to get this through. Sometimes like people are so distressed, like they're hoarders. There's been even many stories that I could tell you, like I mean, sometimes it even takes to door knocking, like foreclosures.
Yeah.
There's been a time like where I remember I went to door knock a house, see if I could provide some value. They let out a dog on me, like and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, thank God it didn't bite me, right? But
Yeah.
but I was like that, like those things aren't gonna happen to you. And
Yeah.
I heard many other successful investors to today.
But see, there, and sorry to interrupt,
No,
you
that's
used two
fine.
different words right there. You said wholesalers and now investors.
Yeah,
So when it comes to the value that the wholesalers provide, like for the audience to know, what is the value that wholesalers provide?
they're just deals that investors aren't willing to put in the work. Like they have the
Yeah.
money. They have
Yeah.
the money.
Yeah.
Like they have the funds, the credentials, right? To execute on deals, right? They have it.
Yeah.
But what a wholesaler brings to the table is that they're willing to find the motivation from a seller.
Yeah.
They're in distress. They're like, this is not a regular like I could list this property. Like
Mhm.
you're talking about properties that you know what, I need to move out because I got a new job and I need to get rid of this property ASAP.
Yeah.
Days on market shows as 90 days. I need to leave like in 30 days.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a value we provide. Like there's properties that they don't hold any value anymore. Like they hold a cost. Like
Mhm.
recently we just made an offer and it's like this property, like it's just so old. Like
yeah.
yes, it probably was worth in the back in the day,
Mhm.
but now literally you have to read like you have to demo the complete lot to be
Mhm.
able to even
Do something with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't make sense when you're trying to put it on the market for top dollar. Like
Mhm.
you gotta be realistic sometimes.
And what's the difference between like a wholesaler? Because you're right, a wholesaler goes in and someone who needs to be out in 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best ways. Another way though is an agent who understands they need to sell in 30 days, so they just list it at the same price you would have sold it to an investor.
Mm-hmm.
But on the MLS, what's the difference between those two?
What's the difference between what can you?
The wholesaler who goes in and says, "Hey, I can find you a buyer in 30 days,"
Right.
compared to the agent who says, "I can find you a buyer in 30 days," and they both put it at the same price.
That's
What's the difference between you two?
What's the difference? Well, the realtor is only gonna list it,
Mhm.
right? The beautiful thing about a wholesaler is that they also have connections
Mhm.
that they could connect you and like that someone could actually close you.
Yeah.
Like if the numbers make sense, of course.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna buy it full market value,
Right. Right.
but there's cases too that you could do novations. Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
depends on what the seller wants. Now,
Right.
as long as they're on the same page as you are and they understand that the property, like what it is
Yeah.
and what they could sell for, like there shouldn't be a reason why you can't do business. You
Right.
know, and wholesalers sometimes they just want to hide that behind them. Like they want to hide behind what the value of the property could be,
Mhm.
or whatever the case could be.
Right.
So that's like where it turns into unethical
And
at times.
And it's because the thing is that's why wholesalers have like a bad rap is because they can use those things and someone has an extra 80,000 in equity in the house, but
Right.
they don't know that,
Right.
and so then the wholesaler comes in and does that.
It takes-
And so the only time I believe that wholesalers are like of true value is when it's like when it's the house is super messed up,
Right.
right? That's probably the only time. But compared, a wholesaler is almost the same as a realtor
Yeah.
in the way that you're there to find a buyer for them by listing it and by pushing it out to buyers.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing.
Right.
One has like rules they have to follow,
Right.
more rules they have to follow, and one doesn't. A lot of wholesalers won't go for the distress; they go for anyone. And that's the part where when you go for anyone, and if they're not distressed, then technically the best way to help that person is through listing.
List.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of wholesalers that primarily do wholesale. Their first option isn't even wholesale. It's okay. What else can we do? And then like third option is to wholesale the property if
Right.
it makes sense for them. Because you might lose a couple grand on the property, but then you genuinely helped out a family, or you
Right.
genuinely help with, hey, here's an extra 10K for your family, for your
Right.
college, for your kids,
Right.
and stuff like that. So you're right. It depends on who's wholesaling it, what's their intention. Because sometimes you see nowadays it's these 16-year-olds. You can do it,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously you're thinking about money. But then it can be another 16-year-old, but they're like, no, I genuinely want to help them out,
Right.
and it's like a whole different.
Like I want to get them out of the situation.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
happened like where we have, Marco's my listing agent.
Yes.
He's my
yes.
guy. He's
Yeah.
my guy. Stay away from him.
He
No
puts me to work.
flirting.
No, but there's times where like deals like, hey, well, they really need to net this much,
Mhm.
So it's like, well, I give them a tailored options. I give them different options. We could
Mhm.
list, we could cash.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
It just really depends, or JV on it, like a
Mm.
kind of novation thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that case was like, well, her husband and the lady,
Mhm.
they're going through a hard time. Her mom had just passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like, you know what, like we just really need to net the best. And we were trying to go up on the cash offer. Like the property was outdated for sure. And it's like, you know what? Well, like I'll send you my listing agent. I'm gonna try to get this for you,
Mhm.
right? Get it done.
Right. To help you, yeah.
To the best.
Yeah.
And Marco took care of it.
Yeah.
He went in there and did his thing,
Yeah.
and we were able to close
Yeah.
at a higher price, and which is
Mhm.
fine. Like we
Yeah.
we give them the option,
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
just like
It's
cash
about-
offer and that's it.
It's
Yeah,
about giving
like-
them those options.
Yeah,
Exactly,
and if you say
yeah.
no, then okay, boom. Like, yeah, that's good that you do that because like you work very hard. Like, even if for some reason our cash offer doesn't work, like you're just like, all right, what's next? What's next? Can I
Mhm.
need to talk to lenders for you? Which a lot of people don't do that extra mile. Like,
Oh, yeah.
even if they don't make, I've seen you like I'm willing to lose money or not lose, but not make money
Yeah.
Mhm.
to see this family.
Right. No,
Right.
yeah,
Even
that's
it-
true.
to the average wholesaler or
Amen.
whoever helps them out, or even realtor. Like, all right, let's go in and out. If we don't work together, boom, done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What
Amen.
you do, that extra mile you do, is why we have a pretty good name
Yeah.
now.
Thank
That's why we have people to tell us we're doing a good job, that leave us reviews because of what you do, that extra
Right.
mile that you take so much pride in, which
Yeah.
is
No,
good.
Amen. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I really
Mhm.
appreciate those
No
words.
flirting.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
You guys can't see it, but we're like all
I
like touching
know.
your foot.
Don't zoom in on that.
But no, yeah, Marco's right.
Yeah.
Marco's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And so, but that's where it depends on the person,
Right. It
because
has to
they're not
do
all
with
like that.
What's on your heart?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And in any role that you play, for example, based on what Marco just said, you're gonna do good because you're coming at it from the best possible spot.
Right. Yeah. And you just learn so much on this industry. Like you're gonna see from the best
Mhm.
to the worst,
Yeah.
and and sometimes it's just sellers, they're not honest, you know, like
Yeah, that
and
too.
which we're currently having issues
Yeah.
which you know about it, but
Yeah.
you
Like
know-
just like there's honest or dishonest wholesalers, there's dishonest homeowners.
exactly, so it's like it's on both sides, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
But-
and that's how it is for everything. You know, like
Yeah.
there's good doctors, there's bad doctors.
Exactly. It's
you
part of
said.
the game.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta anchor down, and you know, if you're gonna go into business, do it right. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, 100%. And you know that actually leads perfectly into the next question, where Marco and I want to know what your top 3, and you might need some time to think about this.
Okay.
Your top 3 core values are
My
as
top,
David, not business rise, just David.
Just 3.
just 3. So maybe spiritually.
That's not a value,
No. I was like,
but that's a good way of living life. I would say like
Yeah,
that's a
that's
good
a
like
good-
yeah.
like a priority maybe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Let's say
Like
values.
values. Like,
Charity.
Is it a
Charity.
value?
Yeah.
I'd say
I would
It
say
is.
like for a value would be like giving. There you
Oh,
go.
giving.
like
That's
honesty.
the honesty,
Uh,
truth.
Yeah, charity. What charity?
So one of
falls
them
under?
is charity. So giving.
Charity.
is what
Giving.
you mean.
Giving.
It's like giving. Yeah, when you do it with
Yeah.
your work, too.
I can't remember. I wrote them, but I have to like really
Yeah, let's
have
text
them
it, Haida.
into my heart. You know? Yeah, I gave like a full list. I actually sent her like, "Hey, this is our core values." But I'm still learning on like keep it in like
Yeah.
in your heart.
So one of them is charity. Explain that one.
Charity.
Like,
So-
why is that important to you?
Charity. Well, what other core values are there? Like,
It's up to you. You can
Yeah, but no, that one's a good
Yeah,
one.
it's a good
Explain
one.
that one. Explain that one. I want
Charity?
to know where that comes from.
giving. Well, giving it is like, I mean, like just to do all this. Like I
Mhm.
think like when we all decided to do this, we were like, hey, let's do this. Like, you know, like there's people that really want to be successful, but they don't have where to go to. Like they don't have something to lay back. You know, if they don't understand something, like that's a way, one way of giving.
Yeah.
Like, but it even goes further than that. Like I think like when sometimes you're just out in the street and you see
Mhm.
someone that needs some help, like give back, and like how it's said, like once you give, it'll multiply
Yeah.
way times
Right,
more.
right, because God rewards you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So yes, serving, being that service to others,
Yeah.
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I know there's like more, but I
Yeah.
just
Yeah, do you have your phone?
I do.
Let's
I-
pull it up.
All
You
right,
can take it
I
out.
have it.
Yeah. If you have it listed, that's cool. Or you can also search it up and like the different
Yeah,
values.
like, I
Because
don't-
there's a lot. Like when I've done the search, it's like 100
bunch
different
of
words, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then it's like I need to choose 3, like top 5 that are non-negotiables. Because when
Yeah.
you want to look for that like life partner
Yeah.
or even business partners, and you want to make sure you're gonna last, you have to look for.
Well, what do we say one of ours to see?
Yeah, like
to
they're-
help out?
Well,
there's integrity.
Okay,
That's the one
integrity.
I mentioned.
Okay.
That's 2. That is
That's
a
2,
value.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so,
talk to us about
integrity.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I can see that.
Charity, yeah. So it's like basically where you're being very honest. Like, and for me, like, and I try not to, but mainly I try to always be very transparent. Like, very. I even caught like
Do
when
you
I try to
Try not
lie.
to?
I try to lie. I end up like
Lying.
Oh.
not lying. I can't lie. I'm a terrible
I can't.
liar.
Am I
true,
ugly?
dude.
No. You see, like,
Look at- no. He's not lying. You can tell because he said no. and then he's
like,
like,
yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a good liar.
yeah. Okay.
So that's how I
And
know.
lie?
But why is telling the truth important to you?
That's how you do business. Like how you like not just business,
Yeah.
but just in life in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would like to be treated the way I treat you. So
Mhm.
if I treat you well, you know, and I'm not going behind your back or like
Mhm.
just making stuff up,
Mhm.
like I want to make sure that you're being taken care of, like being truthful with you.
Yeah.
You know. So the charity part, like it also bleeds into your family. Like if you teach them that you're not honest, like you're gonna affect them as well.
Right.
You know, and that's just part of it. You know, like monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
So it's super important to be honest.
Honest, true to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like living by the rules that you've set for yourself, not only saying it but actually acting.
Exactly. Doing what
yeah.
you said that you're
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah.
You know.
I like
Mhm.
that.
So
So would you say those are top 2?
So it was integrity and
Charity.
giving.
Giving,
Charity.
yeah.
Which is good.
What's your third? Or
Well-
if charity was not on your top 3, you can change it out.
yeah, well look, it does say that faith, family, and business. That kind of like is
That's
also
your
that
3?
I mentioned. Yeah.
Okay.
Faith,
Yeah,
family,
so
and
it's like
So
it's
faith,
usually faith, family, and business.
Yeah.
Okay, faith,
Yeah.
family, and business.
But I don't know if those are values though.
No, they're not. I think they're just like core, like mission statements. It sounds like, it
More
sounds
like
like mission statements.
priorities.
I think they're more like priorities. Like it's like these are the most important things in my life.
Yeah.
But then how do you? So think about values. Like when you're in the faith side, what is your values there that help you make decisions based on faith?
Yeah.
And then when you go into family, like how are you gonna guide your family?
Well,
those values. Those. What are you
yeah.
gonna teach your family?
Honor,
That kind of thing.
honor.
There you
Honor.
go.
That's
Honor.
another one. Honor.
Yeah.
Honor, love.
Love.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
will
Love is a value.
Yeah, super important.
See, love isn't as important to me. That's interesting, and I've always thought I was very weird for that. But love.
Why?
I think
Why?
you love in your own way.
Yeah,
I
you
think
do
it
love.
No, no,
is.
no. I do
But
love.
it's in your own
I
way.
just never saw it as a super important value. Like you can make it through life without having love.
You
love. How? What's
can,
your
but-
definition of love, though? That's the real question.
So, what is my definition of love? Like if I like you 1,000%. That's
Okay. So more of like a partner, or as a like what's like there's love partners, love has having friends and family around when they're there. There's love as in love, self love. You know what I mean? There's you gotta what's your definition of love, and then from there you can say, hey, so love's a priority and love's not a priority.
Well, yeah, like love is like liking something a lot. Like you would do anything for it, but I don't see it as do anything for it. No, because I doing like willing to die for something. I don't see that as love. Like
Willing to die for something you
is
don't
not
see
love.
as love.
right.
Huh.
Like just because I'm willing to die for David doesn't mean it's like it doesn't come from a love thing.
Yeah.
It comes from I see that more as like a loyalty
Mm.
type of thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Not as much as love. So like love, although it's important, I don't see it as one. It's like in the list of 100
Yeah,
values, and for you to choose, love is like way at the bottom.
Mhm.
But like you said, I do live in my own way.
Mhm.
So that's why I always thought it was kind of weird that I didn't see it as a super important thing, like not necessary at all
Mhm.
for me to live my fulfilling life, like
Interesting.
my version of fulfilling.
yeah. I think it's
Okay.
unconditional.
You know.
Like love is unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
Like regardless, like it's like a mom. You know,
Mhm.
like she's gonna love you regardless
Mhm.
if you're good or bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, like
Yeah.
God is gonna love us regardless if we're good or bad.
Well, and so for love, for you, it is like at least you mentioned 4 now, so like top 5:
Mm-hmm.
honor, love, charity,
Integrity.
and integrity.
Yeah.
Loyalty is a big one too
And
for me.
Loyalty.
That's
Yeah.
your top 5.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
If they change, it's okay.
It's
No,
okay.
yeah,
okay.
I
They
have
usually
it.
do
But
the
I had
top
to learn it as from the really
You
have
didn't find
it.
it on your phone.
No, I have it on my journal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Gotcha.
Yeah.
it's
And-
in my office.
Oh, we just
I
gotta
gotta
go
Just
learn
look at
it.
it,
No,
right?
no.
Well, I'm sure you've learned these values through life, through the past, through lessons, through trials, through tribulations, what you've been through, you know, which
Mhm.
we'll go into a little bit more actually right now. As of right now, since we haven't gone into it, just so you can think about it, kind of nitpick at it.
Mhm.
You've built these values, you built everything you're standing on because of what you've been through. Is there anything that you would change from your past? Or
Mm.
what would you have done differently?
That's a good question. I don't think I would change anything. I think I would just take more risk.
That's what you'd have done differently?
Yeah,
more risks.
risk. I think different mentorship, different mentors. I think they weren't the worst, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have taken more risk. You know, it's interesting because I've been interviewing a few upcoming wholesalers around the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like this urgency, right? Like they're like, oh, it's because I feel like I should be more ahead in my 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
And like, bro, you're just. I get it. I
You're
know
on
what
time.
I know what you're saying, and I'm sure if you guys are the youngest too, so you're pretty guys
It's
young.
not me, David. It's them.
But you guys are like, or if you guys are in the same, age bracket, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys feel that you guys are behind.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just like a stigma of thing. Like social media has made it a thing where, or like society, are
Mhm.
like putting this pressure on the younger generation that at 20, 23 years old, you should be
A
a
millionaire.
baller. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
BS.
Yeah.
BS, truthfully. Forgive me, but also BS because I don't think that there's so many like fake doers. Like they're doing this, they're doing that, they're driving Ferraris, this and
Mhm.
that. Like it's just a bunch of lies.
Mhm.
Actually, like where I actually felt actually a business owner now is I've been doing real estate. Like
Mhm.
it's like, oh shit, like there is bigger, you know, costs, and like there's actually reprehensions, and like, you know, like there's stuff that in jeopardy.
Mhm.
When you're actually your ass is on the line, you'll
Yeah.
know. And I don't mean about like $500 if you're away. No, I'm like I'm talking about like big business expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you are have to take care of you know, salaries,
Mhm.
taking care of feeding your people. Like when if you're not looking at it like that, then you're not like, you know,
You're not
you-
fit to be a business owner.
we're not. No, I just think you're just thinking. You're thinking too like me. Like, you know, you're too young, so you're also thinking, oh, I want things like that.
Mm.
No, dude, it's like there's such just so much more that you're gonna have to go through.
Yeah.
It's just life experience.
Right.
Because I had a few conversations with you guys too, and it's like, you know, well, David, how do you find deals, or how do you get like, how do you find them? Like, how do you get there? How do you keep going? It's
Mm.
like it's just from experience.
Mm.
Like you can't rush that.
Mm.
It's wisdom. Like when people sometimes like, and she's a she. Okay, so wisdom is a she.
Mhm.
If you ever
Yeah.
read the good old Bible,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people reject her. Like they don't take the time to actually learn,
Mm.
like what God, that gift of
Yeah.
wisdom,
Of wisdom.
and they're like, oh yeah, like it goes over your head. But later down the road, you're like, oh shoot, I should have done more accounting stuff, or I should have, you know, learned how to do Excel sheets. Like
Yeah.
it's the simple things, but then later on, it's like, oh, this actually makes a difference, you know. And just because you're like pretending to be a baller, it doesn't mean you're a business
Right.
owner, you know.
Right.
So,
But so then
yeah.
you are taking risks. So like you said, when is it you would take more risks?
Yes,
Why is that?
because I was like, you know, at that age, I guess you're just scared, you know, like because you're scared of
Scared of
doing
what?
things, like
Yeah.
being by yourself, trying new things.
Most people get more scared as they get older. Are you saying that you've gotten less scared as you've gotten older?
No, I feel like now just I don't care.
You don't care about
He
what?
doesn't care.
I don't like I don't care. Like yes, you make measurable risk, but it's not like
Like you're
scared.
ready to go.
Yeah, like I'm more scared of not making it happen. I'll put it like that.
Mhm.
100%.
So
Yeah.
so if like there's no man, no thing in this earth that could scare me.
Scare me.
There's only God.
Okay.
That I fear that.
That's good.
Good,
yeah,
yeah.
so
So is to take more risks.
yeah,
and
take
have
more risks.
The mentors too.
Yes, right. Find the right people. Find the right mentors. Because there's sometimes like there's people willing to teach you. Like if you go with older people, and like if they had like someone that's willing, they had the same mentor when they were young, or someone that was trying to help them, they've probably been more like, oh yeah, you know,
Mm.
like they would have liked to had that when they were younger,
Mm-hmm.
and they're more open to teaching you.
Mm.
Well, find that person that's in that industry.
Yeah.
Copy the right cat, basically.
Yeah.
Don't copy a fake cat.
Yeah.
And
Do you say because the copycat?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, copycat,
Yeah.
find the fine cat. You know?
Get you.
So I mean, like the way I look at it when I started learning about real estate, I was like, well, I'm gonna copy this cat over here.
Yeah.
And
I'm a cat.
he's
a cat.
he's like he's
Thought you were a squirrel.
a squirrel. Yeah, but he's doing something that obviously has led him to some, you know, success.
Mhm.
At the very young age.
And what were you scared of when you were younger?
I used to think I was I believe what my family would tell me,
What were they telling you?
that I wasn't worthy, like I was dumb.
You were scared that they were right
Yeah, like I was that I didn't have the intelligence to
Mhm.
to do
to
something.
be able to do more. Even college, I think to a certain extent, they made me believe that I was like, you're not a college student, bro.
And is that what led you to be soccer? Because although it
Oh,
still
yeah.
takes brains for soccer, but
Yeah,
you're like, fine, if I can't do school, then I'll make it in soccer.
The
Is that-
career.
is
Like
that
a
the idea?
physical.
yeah. I was like a more
activity.
like maybe I'm more like an athlete, you know.
Mhm.
Because you believe them.
Yeah, I believe that, and that's a huge thing. Like I grew up in a very toxic environment,
Mhm.
and that has to do a lot where you're gonna head towards to. But
Right.
there's a story where there's a doctor and someone that's been in prison. They're the same brothers. They grew up in the same home,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
with abusive father. He drank. He was an alcoholic. One blamed it on the dad. Hey, because of you, I'm in jail, and I have done nothing with my life. I'm an addict. The other one went out to college, become a successful doctor, and now he's saving lives. What's the difference? They
Their
both grew,
perspective.
exactly,
Mhm.
and they both grew up in the same household.
Yeah.
So it's not a limitation. It's
No.
more of like it's your perspective and how you look at it.
Exactly.
You could blame
for
other
sure.
people for your failures, or you could be the
You
difference.
could use it. Yeah.
You could be the change, and it only takes one person in your family to change everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept on saying to myself. That's gonna be me.
And at one point, did you start saying that to yourself?
Yeah, like, I'm like,
You're the
nah.
black sheep.
Yeah, exactly. I started rebelling. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not what you say I am.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes we have a lot of like our family has been healing, thank the Lord.
That's
but
good.
but we gone through a lot too.
How
Uh,
old were you when you started thinking that way?
I think it was like high school.
When you
like-
were like,
Well,
I'm
no,
gonna prove
like
it. I'll prove
way,
it wrong.
yeah, I was way back because my mom, she got deported when she was, I was 10,
Okay.
and my dad was never around. So most of the time, I had to take care of myself. I was living with sisters here and there.
Mhm.
They did what they can, but they had their families.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like I never had like that support where like they were like, hey, like come check out my soccer game. If
Mhm.
most they probably only went to one.
Yeah.
My sister,
Mhm.
she was full time working, taking care of her family.
Yeah.
Like I know I was part of it, but like you know what they say, like over a time, el arrimado empieza a apestar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was that guy. I was
Yeah.
like living house to house, family to family.
Yeah.
Not always very welcomed, So unfortunately, that's what it was.
And then at that point is when you started saying like, I'm gonna be the reason this family is different.
Yeah, yeah. So then I was like, I'm just done of being stepped over, looking down upon. But I always remember like, God has my back there. I sometimes feel like I'm like Joseph's story, or like where his brothers, betrayed him, and then they threw him out, and then later on he like became a really close to the emperor's right hand.
Yeah.
I feel sometimes like that, like where I'm like later on they'll see me and they're like, when do you
Who's
become
this
a
guy?
king?
Yeah.
like
Who's this guy?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I feel like that, and it's like sometimes, right? Well, yeah, like I could relate to that story. I could say,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not that it happened like to that point, but there's been crazy stories in my, what I gone through.
Yeah.
And then later down the road, well, yeah, I got reconnected with my dad, but then there is also like he wasn't the best example of a man.
Mhm.
He's made it like he's been with several women.
Mhm.
He's made a lot of bad mistakes. He was an alcoholic as well.
Mhm.
He never hit me or anything like that, but
Yeah.
he just didn't. He was very goofy. He's a very charismatic man,
Okay.
but not like a playboy basically. But
Yeah. He was a
but-
playboy.
yeah, he was.
But
Not-
what are you using it for good?
no,
'Cause
yeah,
You can use that for good. It doesn't have to be a bad thing.
exactly. Yeah, so he was just not a really good father figure. As far that, so even then, I still had to like figure it out by myself. A lot of things.
Yeah.
There were some good things. Like I'm not gonna say everything, but like everything was bad.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was no one's gonna come save you, bro.
Right.
Like you gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Like no mommy, no daddy.
How old were you when you realized this? You said high school? Or
I was actually in PCC. So remember I told you I was like back in the day.
yeah.
Uh,
So how old? Like 21?
I was like-
20? 18?
yeah, around there. Like yeah,
Young old
17,
dude?
18, huh?
You're all young. You got.
Yeah, it was all skinny. So so I was literally more bone. Like it wasn't. I wasn't even eating
You had abs
that
probably.
well. Yeah, I know. I
Your
wish.
Skrillex face.
I was a rebler.
He's a Ribbler
I
guy.
used to wash my hands.
He's our team. He's our team Ribbler, by the way, too, guys.
Yeah,
Anytime
guys.
we
So
close.
anytime you guys want to battle, you guys know.
So let's say you were 18, because I'm trying to understand the timeline. So at 18 is when your mindset shifted. Is when you shifted to no one's gonna save you.
Yeah,
It's on me if I want to make a change.
I was like younger, man. I think it was,
So tell me the age.
it was
I wanna
like
know.
14 maybe, if
So
most
14.
14,
It's
15.
crazy to have that mind transformation.
Yeah.
Because
At
that's
14.
yeah.
Yeah, I was working around that time. I was working at Whataburger.
Mm.
That was my
At
first job.
Whataburger at 14?
Yeah, 15, 14.
Can you do that?
He had what I've had friends who were under 16 and they took him in at 15, and it's under the table.
Huh.
Yeah, but they'll help out.
Whataburger's
if
about to
they
shut
see-
us down.
I mean,
They need, they need
we can
people.
get sponsored by Whataburger.
And we
too.
won't tell
I-
anyone.
We won't
I-
tell anyone.
Yeah, no, but yeah, that was
So
like
14. So you've been on this I guess self-improvement journey for more than a decade now.
yeah.
So like that's what I want to know. That's what the audience is interested in, because Marco and I have been on the self-improvement journey for at most 5 years.
Yeah.
So like what have you learned in that time? Like if you had to pass it on to the next generation, which not literally like the next, not the babies, let's say just go 10 years younger than you are. They're 18.
Mm,
What would you tell them?
that's a good question. If I was 18,
And you don't have to rush it. If you have to think about it, it's okay to be in silence.
Yeah.
I'll just kiss Marco for a little bit.
Okay.
I-
We'll be, you know what, David thinks me and Shara are gonna mute our mics real quick.
yeah, under the table.
Okay,
No,
good.
I think if the shift is always have God first,
Okay.
Mhm.
100%,
Very good.
100%. Like,
Very good.
and I mean, I'm gonna tell you a story when like that shift you said that you mentioned, where I was like, I was living. So I'm gonna show you guys, and I wanted to share this.
We'll
it's
put it
very-
for you guys here.
Yeah.
We'll edit it.
Do I
in.
show it here?
Yeah,
or-
you can show us too.
You
Oh,
can show us.
okay.
Show,
I'll show you.
Marco.
So I was just showing you guys what I was gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So this was like,
That's like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, we'll
dude.
show it.
yeah, right,
It's the
yeah,
Empire
like
State
that
Building.
was like they call them Napra, right?
Mhm.
Houses here in El Paso. Like if you look over the border over UTEP, they live like on sheds, literally, like but
Yeah.
made out of metal.
Mhm.
My dad, because he didn't want to move out of our current situation, he was like, and also I had asthma, so I couldn't be in the house.
Why couldn't you be in the house?
They were smoking, like
Who was?
my family, you know. So a lot of that would affect me. So I had to. My dad was like finding resolutions. So I'm like, bro, let's just move out. Like I'll help you with the rent, you know. But my dad overall, that time I moved into that storage, and I mean it would get. I mean during the cold, like right now, it would get super cold, like cold.
Wait, you tell me your dad didn't give you a heater?
There was, but it wasn't
It
like.
wasn't that good.
Yeah, I had to make it look nice through the inside, you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
I did a little bit updates here and there. But that's where I realized like shit, like I need to move, like do shit, something, because like I was so oblivious,
Mhm.
like I knew I had to do something, but I didn't know it was that bad. Like it got
Mhm.
into that.
That was your
point.
realization.
Yeah,
point
and
right
that's
there.
not him. Like that's me. You know, at that age, I'm like, bro, if you keep letting people
Treat you this way.
or
and
make
not
those
take care of you.
decisions, or yeah, like you have to make as a man. You need to make the decisions now. Like
Yeah.
it
And that's
don't-
when you were 14.
yeah, like I
ish.
was on I was going to EPCC, and it
At
was
14?
no, not 14. It was like
It was
3
high
or
school,
4
no?
yeah, high school.
Yeah.
It was like maybe older than 20.
Yeah. It's because
Yeah.
EPCC starts after high school.
No, that's
Yeah.
true. So yeah, that's
Did you
right.
do early college?
Because I graduated 2015, huh?
Did you do early?
No,
college?
no. I
Okay.
wish I did. I think it would have been a different story. But that's true. No, that guys, that's a good recommendation. But yeah, like
So was it during EPCC time? So you were 18, 19.
yeah,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
yeah, like after college, like after high school,
yeah.
2015. You know, and I
After
went
that.
to college immediately.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's when this happened.
yeah, and
Okay,
I was
okay.
like, bro, I was like, and I went into that, like I was sitting like right, like you know, like those Walmart desks, the black ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure you wish them now.
Yeah.
And I was like there, like we just finished that little casita, right? And like, you know, out of just grumbles of metal. And I was there, and I was like, look, I was just like,
This is
really?
beautiful.
Like, no. I was like sitting there, but I was like, really? Like, this is where I'm at. Like, and I started crying, like
Yeah.
crying, like a little, like,
Like a little.
yeah, I was like a little
Yeah,
kid. Like,
TCH.
I was feeling bad. I was like, how did I get to this point? Like I was feeling so miserable. So
So useless.
yeah, like I was like, man, like how did I get to this point in my life?
Mhm.
But I knew I was like, I gotta keep going. And I was like talking to God. And I was like, God, like get me out of this situation. Like tell me what to do.
Mhm.
Like I don't know what to do. And like that's when I was like started thinking about EPPC, like EPCC, and just like trying to figure it out. And as soon as I right at the after, I remember very clear because I remember I was driving on my Mustang 1997. Red Mustang, and I was driving, and I saw someone that needed help with their laundry, like
Okay.
pick up the like an actual, you know,
Like the basket of clothes.
no, like their actual like the
Washing
whole
machine
the
and
washing
everything?
machine,
Oh,
the
yeah.
appliances.
And they robbed you.
And I got down. No, no, no. I got down and I helped them. And soon as that I did that, like I don't know, like God was like, I'm gonna direct you the right way. And someone called a old friend called me, and that's when I got introduced to Pramerica. And that's like that was just a start. Like that was just a
Interesting.
start of sales of a sales
Interesting.
career.
Yeah, and self development.
Yeah, self development and everything, and
Yeah.
and that just brought me also thanks to them too. They
Yeah.
got me closer to God too, because
They also live a lot of
yeah,
them live.
I got to like a brother retirement or a brother's retreat, and I went to Colorado. I actually got baptized there with my team there
Yeah.
on a river there. Like
Yeah.
it was really nice.
Yeah.
The Band of Brothers, that's what it's called.
That's cool.
Nice.
So, but it wasn't just Pramerica. It was just different people from
Yeah.
different
That was just like
organizations.
normal retreat.
Yeah, and that was really
Before then, before like that time you were sitting in your home, were you already a follower of Christ?
oh yeah, yeah. Like I always just talk to him,
And so what
but
you would talk to him, but how close were you? How much had you truly surrendered to him?
not as
then?
much as today. Yeah, like now I realize, like now I'm more into the word and like actually practice,
living by his
practice
exactly,
it, and, like
practicing,
noticing
his
what's
rule.
good from bad.
Yeah.
You know, right from good.
Right.
But yeah, like that was a different conversation. But I always been a good kid. Like I wasn't bad.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You can
No,
tell us. You
no,
can be
I
transparent.
wasn't a
It's
bad
okay.
kid. No, I wasn't a bad kid.
Yeah,
I
I've
now
killed
that
5 people.
no, I wasn't a bad kid, but I would always stand up for myself. Like
Okay.
I would get bullied.
Like
and stuff.
confrontation.
Oh yeah,
or-
like I would like. There's a time so like my friend Alex back in the day, he was a really close friend in Montwood, and I remember
He went to Malwood, bro.
Montwood High, and I remember they were picking on him,
Ew,
like
Montwood.
the upper kid, the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
seniors.
Yeah.
They were picking on him, and I remember it was like because I barely knew him very little.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, like I was like, why do you guys pick on both of us? I was like over here like picking a fight.
Were you
Bad to
guys
the
freshmen?
bone.
Yeah, we were freshmen.
Hey, against seniors,
But I was like, I didn't stand down. That I always had a big mouth.
Did you guys
and-
win?
You,
Nah, he didn't come because the coach saw that we were about to get a fight.
I didn't know David was a confrontation.
No, yeah,
man.
no, I have been in crazy situations, but that's like a whole different story.
But you've never been like travieso or nothing like that.
No, like I knew like when I was over here, I thought about like what did they ever call my mom, and they found out like oh he got into drugs or like he got in trouble in school.
Oh.
Like, I would
You
feel
don't want to
like-
disappoint your mom.
Yeah, cause like I made that decision. My mom told me when I was like 10, and she's like, "Hey, mijo, like you know you're gonna stay by yourself. Like you're gonna see me way less. Like you're gonna vas a batallar.
Mhm.
Right? Like, do you understand that?"
Which
It's
a lot
like,
of people don't have that talk.
yeah, no, like
Yeah,
she
I
told
know.
me like she's like straight up like, "Hey, are you want to stay or you want to go to Mexico?"
It's because she was getting deported, dude. And so then she was like,
Wow.
staying. And so that's imagine being 10 years old and your mom's telling you
getting-
like, hey, you're not gonna see me anymore.
That
Yeah.
is
Not
so
that much.
like very
crazy.
little, yeah. Like I was still like here in Juarez, whatever,
Wow.
but,
Yeah,
but,
but
it was
still-
like, yeah,
You lived with her.
yeah,
Like 24/7, you would go home and you're like, hey, mom.
make food, yeah,
Yeah.
I
And now it's
know.
like, mom, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And David chose to stay back in El Paso instead of going with his mom.
Yeah,
mom.
I
So-
just I said like no, I want to make something of myself. That's what I told her.
And that's a huge motivator for David not to get into drugs because he's like, my mom sacrificed all this for me and she allowed me
Yeah.
to stay here, and then I'm just gonna mess it up through drugs
Yeah.
and getting pregnant and stuff. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
and we take
no.
it so for granted, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I feel like like yeah, I grew up in the Hispanic culture, like
Mhm.
full Mexican and proud. But it, but I think sometimes we take it for granted for those that were born and raised over here.
Mhm.
I think
Oh,
we
for
we
sure.
take it for granted, and I look at it like, and I don't want to get into politics, but
It's okay.
but they're like, oh, Trump this, Trump that. Yeah, bro. But then again, where are you at? Where are you living?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in the U.S., like, you're not a Mexican. Oh, I'm 100% Mexican, bro.
Mhm.
You know, que no escuchas mi ay, ay, ay.
Hey,
You know?
smart. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but yeah, exactly. But I'm like, but you live in the U.S., bro.
Yeah.
The what the U.S. does gives you what to eat.
Yeah.
Like you have like the
What
opportunities.
you have is because of
the
where you're at.
Because of you.
the opportunities that the
Yeah.
U.S. gives.
Yeah.
Like then okay, go to Mexico then. See
Yeah.
how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get robbed by cartels or
Yeah.
you know, they come pick up gotas every time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's a
What
different
are, what are
world.
gotas?
Like bribes. Like if you don't pay them or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll
And even police
Oh
officers,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
they're super
every
corrupt.
every police officer you got.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
got
bad.
stopped the
Under
other
the
day.
table.
I got stopped the other
You
day.
paid him?
Yeah.
You did?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Camila
it is
just told me the same thing. Like, and it happens to everyone. Like,
Yeah.
if you go to Juarez, bro, like, I'm telling you,
yeah.
like, yeah, you just know.
And it's crazy how like
normal.
normal it is over there. I did do something bad. I was a bad boy.
Oh, no.
I was on my way back we went to a restaurant Los Arcos out there, which
Oh,
we all
yeah.
gotta go, guys.
Oh, yeah, it's
Okay.
It
good.
is the
We'll
best
do a vlog,
seafood
guys.
in the world.
That's what I've heard.
It's ridiculous. So you go out, we go to Los Arcos, and on our way back, it's like, damn, the line is super long. What do we do? So I cut the line. Like there was a guy here, and he left all this space. So I'm like, all right, I'll cut. Boop, cut in, no problem. Okay, cool. We just saved
On the bridge?
15 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they all
It's
ratty you out.
illegal to cut.
Yeah.
And apparently it's been illegal for like 3 years. I didn't know. My dad was the one telling me to do it. So was my grandpa. So I was driving. And so boom, we cut in. And then he honks and it's like, oh, whatever. Screw you, bro. Stop being distracted on your phone, man. You're the one who let me in. And then boom, 5 minutes later, police shows up.
He probably
sirens
called,
on.
bro.
Yeah. So I told the police officer, like, how'd you know? And she was like, yeah, they call. There's a number you can call to complain.
Yeah, no.
And then she's like, va a costar 5,000 pesos. And I'm like, oh, that's $250, right? And then she said, or, and this is because I'm going to expose this shit. Or
It's
we
like-
can help each other and it's 2,500 pesos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean help each other? She's like, yeah, like if you have cash, like we can just do the cash. Like just right there. My dad's right here. My dad's over here flirting. He's negotiating back there. My grandpa's like, fuck this shit. He starts playing solitaire. And I'm talking to one
That's
police
funny.
officer. My dad's talking to the other one. And in the end, I didn't have that much cash. I didn't have any cash actually. I had to get my dad and my grandpa's cash. We only had $87. And I gave it to her and I was like, hey, but it's not 125. Is it cool? Because I was scared that she's going to count it and think I was trying to like
yeah,
pull a
be
fast one on
like-
her. So I told her
yeah.
the truth. Hey, it's not 125. And she's like, it's all right, you're good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, that's what they
You
do.
stayed in line?
No, fuck no. They made me go all the way to the back.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
what I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
bro.
dude.
They
Yeah.
made me go all the way back and I'm like, damn.
Damn.
And I have Linea Express with my mom, so I'm not used to that. My
Oh,
dad
yeah.
doesn't. So with my dad, I had to get in the normal line.
Yeah.
And yeah, that sucks.
wow.
Very interesting. And right
Yeah.
in front of everyone, like literally the line is right here. They pulled me off to this side. And literally everyone in the line sees that I get pulled over. Super embarrassing, right? Police officers here and they're taking the bribe as everyone's coming this way. There's another police officer that's patrolling and they're taking the bribe right in front of it. Like no one gives a shit.
No.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like a whole job, dude.
And you think that,
It's a
like,
thing,
what
though.
else?
Yeah.
Like,
Are they
that
doing?
is what
Yeah.
else. And
Yeah.
it goes back to what you were saying, David, is you had a tough childhood and you chose to become the man you are, a great person now today, because you don't want to be the bad version that childhood was trying to take you
Yeah,
to. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly,
But
yeah.
same thing with the country. Some people are like, oh, because of this president or left side, right
Yeah, I
side. You know what I
know.
mean? Doesn't matter which side. It's whatever whatever you blame, you give control to. You
Exactly.
give that thing power.
Yeah, that's
And
a
it
good
goes
That's
point.
very
back
good,
to that.
Marco.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I
That's
definitely did not take that from Alex Hormozy. I
Alex,
do have to give credit.
He's interested.
I do have to give credit.
He's like,
I do
yo,
have
you need to give me credit.
That's very
That
good.
is
Say it
the-
one more time slower.
Okay. Guys,
like,
well,
ASMR.
but it's true, and I have thought about this once. I have had that in my mind, and so he said it, and I'm like, that's exactly what I've been trying to preach since high school, since middle school, because it might be an El Paso thing, a Mexico thing, I don't know, but I see it in a lot. I don't know, it's a Mexican thing, I don't know, but I see it in a lot of people
yeah.
where they give what they blame someone or blame something. It can be their own country. It can be because my mom didn't hug me enough, my dad wasn't there, or this and that. So they use that as an excuse to mess their life up. Or to
Yeah,
mess up
it's
their
an
love life.
excuse. That's
Yes.
a perfect word, man. You just
Exactly.
it's an excuse, and it's always like that. Like I could have used my family for an excuse. Like anybody in this room, we could have used an excuse. Oh, we're too young. Oh, we're
Oh,
not
we're Mexican.
knowledgeable. Oh yeah, we're
Yeah,
Mexican.
we're a
Like,
minority.
yeah,
Okay, bro.
exactly, or whatever. Like I could have blamed anybody, but
Yeah.
you know that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you start giving it control to you. Well, the moment you start giving it an excuse, you give that person control of
Right.
your life, or that country, or left side, right side. That you start giving that control instead of, well, let me be different.
Yeah.
Let me show them how I can be different.
Yeah.
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 And
Let
that
me do
starts
it
with
my way, the
yourself.
way that I know is the right way.
Exactly.
Amen.
And that's part of the reason why David, so that the people know, like David and I met at the real estate club.
Right.
I think at Top Golf, and
I did. we can't pinpoint it, huh?
I know, like
It's
we're like
funny.
it was a
It
blur,
happened.
and
It
and so we met there.
Just spawned in.
I don't
Hi,
know.
Hi, Madres.
I know. Like Goku. Right?
And I think what really inspired me to have David join the team, we had the first conversation, like we texted or whatever, was that David, our master producer over there, Daniel, and myself, we went to Olive Garden. Went to Olive Garden by
that's
the
true.
mall,
I
and
remember.
this was the first time where he was going to join the door knocking
Diego
team.
was there too.
And Diego. Okay, so it was the door knocking team.
Yeah.
David, Diego, and Daniel were the door knockers. So I was like, all right, David wants to come in, let's test him. And so I wanted him to go door knocking because it was the hardest one. And so when we were at that meeting is when he told us a story where everything from his past leads to what you said. That his childhood should have led him to be a bad man today, but he didn't let it.
Mhm.
He always had God in his life,
Amen.
and you made the decision of I'm not going to be that way.
Mhm.
I'm going to take control. And the taking control is the most difficult part because when you take control, it means now it's up to you.
Mhm.
So if you mess up, it's on you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's why people like excuses because that means I gave control to something else,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the excuse, to the thing I blame.
Yeah.
Right.
If I give that the control, it's not my fault that I didn't make it.
Mhm.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's that thing's fault.
Exactly.
And you guys, so far what we're doing here is like, hey, we're not letting anything else be its fault. It's my fault, whether good or
It's
bad.
my fault.
Yeah.
Oof, perfect.
We take full
Exactly.
responsibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What he also said is you could either be right or you can be a better person.
There you go.
Because if you're right, then you didn't get anything out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You were
Be
already right. You already knew.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, cool. Or you can be, it's my fault,
Yeah.
but me acknowledging that makes me a better person.
Yeah,
Like that.
and
Let's do better.
Yeah, and I was having a hard time like with that. Like it's not always.
It doesn't come
It-
easy,
it
bro.
doesn't look
No,
pretty.
definitely not.
Now it looks easy. It's like David's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good looking man. I like
Yeah,
his
like-
shirt. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it must have been easy for you.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like
Pull up the
everyone has.
shed picture again, David.
I know, right? Like I'll show him when I was sexy.
You're still sexy.
Yeah, I know. I just I like to be fitter.
Sexier?
Which I'm yeah, I have to get fit because I'm getting married, guys. So I need to.
You're all invited to the wedding.
yeah,
do a
yeah.
vlog.
Harry shows up.
We'll do a vlog on that too, guys.
Yeah.
On their
Oh, that's gonna be
wedding.
cool. Yeah.
Vlog
for
the
sure.
wedding, bro.
Open. No, but yeah, like the thing I was gonna go into, like I used to have like before, like no more excuses. It was more like I was in a victim mentality.
Mentality.
saying.
Yeah.
And I think that comes with like you being around the wrong people.
Yeah.
Like also
Other victims.
and victims, and everyone's a victim of this, a victim of that, victim of this. No, like you need to take control of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts like it goes back to God. Like He's gonna take care of you, but you need to do the work as
Mhm.
well. Like
You
you
need to
need
take care
to
of
show
yourself, yeah.
up. Yeah, you need to show up. Like
Yeah.
it's like when we all talk about it. Like there's days like we're like, oh, you gotta go show up to the office. But if you don't show up, the opportunity's not gonna show up for you.
Right.
Like-
exactly.
like
It's
you-
not gonna knock at your door.
No, like you need to show up constantly. Like it's the gym. Like you need to go to the gym to look like Marco. Like
yeah.
you know.
Marco, do a flex real
Like,
quick.
yeah, like
Okay,
go,
I'll
go.
do
Oh, you see, like that's what I mean, guys. Ladies, he's single.
Yes, he is. But you have to be a follower of God.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 No bad girls.
She can be a little bad.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, all right,
Michael
keep
likes
going,
that.
David.
Hey, he's like, don't make it about me.
Marco likes.
The podcast about
Here's
him.
my list.
And the thumbnail is Marco needs a girl.
Red
Oh my
letters and
goodness,
everything.
guys. I look like a loser.
Yeah, like he's all blushing. He
We made our
loves
producer
it.
laugh.
He loves
Oh my
it.
goodness.
No, give praise to the Lord. Amen.
Consistency.
Yes,
Still going back.
consistency.
Yes.
But it's about consistency, and like just showing up. Like if you don't show up, like and like it's like going to the gym. If you're not going up, well, like what do you expect, man?
Mhm.
Like, well, you want to be a millionaire. Well,
Show up
what's
to
your
work.
yeah? Like if you don't show up, like and that's another topic that I probably totally we jump off. But when I was working at Walmart, I was working at Walmart in 9 to 5 and going to UTIP and doing real estate.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, man. Like I was
Now looking back.
yeah, now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, like I need a time block because now that's I'm not at the best at it, but I know how to start like
Yeah.
activity. Like
Yeah.
I know how to be efficient.
Yeah, like build momentum.
Yeah, build momentum. Just build momentum. Talk to people. Like today, like I met with what so far 3 people like,
Already, one day.
and just different.
And now you're here on a
environment.
podcast, bro.
I know. I love
One
it.
day.
I love it. And we're getting a few follow ups from titles, stuff like that, right? Deals that we need to close on.
Yeah.
But it's things like that where you're like, maybe you do have a lot going on in your life, and you're like, David, I just have so much. Like, I don't know how to start. Like, I don't have the time. Then, when will you? When will you have time to
Mhm.
start?
Right.
You
Aren't
know?
you only going to get busier?
Exactly. Like, you're only gonna well,
Mhm.
how is your life gonna look like if you don't do it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something you told me a lot.
Mhm.
What if you don't take the risk? What if you don't go to the gym? What
Mm.
if you don't eat healthy?
Mm.
And that's how I started looking at it.
Mm.
Like when I was working at Walmart, and I made the big assignment first time.
Yeah.
I was like,
What am
if-
I doing?
What am
Yeah.
I doing?
yeah, literally, I just like, you know what? I'm quitting.
He walks out, drops his vest.
Literally, like it's like just time to move forward, and it's a leap of faith too. Like it's not easy, but it goes back to God. Like I'm not gonna stop mentioning it. It's like having that leap of faith and having Him knowing that He's gonna take care of you.
Right.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But there's people that are good. There's nothing wrong of you being an employee. There's nothing wrong with that. Like the society has brainwashed, like, oh, you should like 9 to 5. It's
Mhm.
just not cool. Like you gotta be an entrepreneur, bro. I'm telling you right now, like it's not for everyone.
Mhm.
Like I don't even know it's fully for us still yet.
Right. Right.
Like,
It's too early to tell.
It's like there's still so much more to move forward. But I have faith,
Yeah.
There's days like, oh shit, well, I don't know where my next commission's gonna come from.
Yeah.
My next bread of food, but I know I'm gonna be taken care of.
Right.
But it's that leap of faith that sometimes the uncertainty, there's people that can't handle that.
Mhm.
There's people that need to see like a paycheck, like or a fix, something for sure.
Well, in general, like let's take it broader than that. Like they would just
Yeah.
want to see results
Yeah.
in something. So the people who are expecting a paycheck week over week, month over month, are the same people expecting results in the gym the next week
Yeah,
or the
like
next month. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're supposed to have
Wow.
abs by now.
I
It's
haven't
been
thought
30
about
days.
that.
yeah, no.
It's the same type of people because they don't understand that the stuff that's worth doing
Mhm.
is going to be difficult,
Right,
but that is the stuff that has results worth going for.
but
Right.
greater. Yeah, like
And-
this
exactly.
is greater. Like
Exactly.
I'm like working
Exactly.
for a paycheck for this month, like
Right.
1,600 a month.
Now, here's the
like,
thing:
something-
there's paychecks that are 50K a month.
Yeah,
There is such a thing, right?
There
But
is.
it then has its own pros and cons,
Yeah.
right?
right.
I just watched the Jeff Bezos. It was really bad. It's very funny because they had a very low budget, I think, so the wigs on the people were really bad. But it was a documentary on the very beginning,
Oh,
and he tells his investors, and this is where we're worried. We're like, man, we're gonna have to get investors. This guy was going to investors saying, we're expected to lose money for the next 20 years, but we're Amazon, so we're not looking for short-term growth. We're looking for long-term, and he somehow still got people to invest. Like short term,
No,
short term, long term, and now his parents who invested $245,000 in 1995, very
Oh.
first investors,
wow.
their 245,000 in 2018 was worth 10 billion.
Oh my goodness.
10 billion in 23 years, right? And it's like a long term where it's like the first 20 years, the parents
Yeah.
are like, dang it, did we make a mistake? But it's when you think and you have that faith and leap into it.
Yeah,
Now there is smart ways and dumb ways to do it.
of course.
But when you know internally that nothing's gonna stop you, it's not done.
It's a different.
It is not done because even if you don't have the correct knowledge to raise the money, buy the house, you know that no matter what, you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, take care of it.
And so whatever it is that the people want to do out there or that you guys want to do, you have to look at it that way.
Yeah.
That as long as you have full faith in yourself and in God, you're good.
You're solid.
It doesn't matter if you don't have all the knowledge on
Yeah.
it. You'll gain the knowledge as you go through it.
Definitely.
Now you mentioned like a couple of things with Walmart, and then you were at Whataburger too. At what point did you know, like entrepreneurial wise, like you wanted to do something for yourself? What was the turning point that made you not like the other side of the coin?
That's a good question. Well, it was like I had multiple jobs, right? So I
Mhm.
was like, I was in Carnitas Querétaro. I was at Chevrolet.
Dang. What were you doing at Chevrolet?
I was washing cars. And by the way, I have gotten fired too. So
No way.
What did you do, David? Tell me
I
You
was
got
now.
so-
fired?
I was so
never-
innocent at that time. I'm telling you.
What?
But
At the
I was
time,
so wet
not
behind my
anymore.
ears
Not anymore.
because I trusted the wrong people
Okay.
in that work environment.
What happened?
And they're like, "Oh yeah, like I remember like I got there at work and then I was like, I haven't had lunch, and like it was like a evening shift, and I didn't need anything, so I was like, hey, you think if I get something from the corner and then
Come back.
like really fast,
Yeah.
like
It
you
would be
think-
okay.
yeah, I asked the coworker, right? Well, but once again, like
They're not gonna
there's-
know.
There's some jerk. No, like they knew what they did. Like they did it purposely. I didn't realize until like I got in trouble. I was like,
So what happened? What happened?
well, I trusted them because I was like, hey, like, do you think you could cover for me? Like, I won't take too long.
I'm gonna
Like,
get some
it's
food.
like-
I'm back.
Like most like 10 minutes, maybe 5. Like a Subway's right around the corner.
Yeah.
And I went and come back, but obviously I was on the clock too. I'm telling you, like I was
Oh,
unbelievable.
You could have put break. You didn't put break.
Yeah, but I didn't even ask for permission or anything either. So that's like,
And they fired you?
yeah, like that same day, it's like, hey, like, why do you go? I was like, no, like, I didn't think it was like gonna be that big of a deal. Like,
Yeah.
we were slow, like, there wasn't cars or anything.
Which is true. Which is true to a certain extent. But then what was the
Yeah.
reason? What did they say? Still, you can't do that without.
Yeah,
permission?
like they felt bad because, like, honestly, I felt like I was just a kid,
Yeah.
a teenager. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like I'm really sorry, like I won't do it again. Like, give me an opportunity, and they fired me
on the
Yeah.
spot.
on the spot. And like I remember my manager Juan, he was like, he felt bad because he knew like. I didn't do it with a
on
bad
purpose,
intention.
Yeah.
But also like you're just so oblivious to sometimes people, when it's just life,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you're gonna run to good people and you're gonna run to bad people. But also it's like me, like at that point it was like, no, I take full responsibility. Like I said it, like, hey, you know what, it's my fault.
Right.
I should have like been a bit more like
Well, the lesson there is that when
mature.
you're hungry, just ignore it.
yeah. So yeah, but I
Don't go eat.
yeah, but I got fired from
Starve
there.
yourself.
Yeah, and then I worked like
For minimum wage.
I know. I worked as a security guard too. It was like a trailer lot. So like you're just having a bunch of trucks coming in,
Yeah.
huge, trailer trucks.
Yeah, and you were like at the entrance as a security
Yeah,
guard?
just signing people up and then
Gotcha.
like,
You got
putting-
fired from there too?
No, no, I only got him fired once.
Once. Gotcha. How
That-
many jobs? So that's security guard, car wash,
Whataburger,
Querétaro, Whataburger, Walmart,
sushi place,
sushi place,
Macaroni Grill,
macaroni grill.
which is
Dang.
closed. It closed
Give
during
us all the
COVID. COVID
formulas,
was
bro.
tough, bro. COVID was tough for me. That I had my own.
You had
place.
just rented and then COVID hit, no?
I had it for like 6 months already,
And then
and
COVID
then
hit.
boom, and then at that time when I was with my ex, that was a bit harder too.
Yeah.
Like, cause I went through that too by
Yeah.
myself. Like
Yeah.
we broke up, a 5-year relationship,
Wow.
and after that it was just like down road.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like literally I was trying to do business through the Zooms
Primerica. Oh yeah.
through Primerica, and I was in Primerica, and
Yeah.
but it was just a difficult time, and that's where I went to the Band of Brothers,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
where
yeah.
I was like,
And that helped you.
And you got
yeah.
baptized.
That's good. That's
yeah,
good. There you
but
go.
and I'm not gonna lie, Daddy Trump sent a check during that time, so a lot of things
That
were being
helped you.
like
That's good.
relieved, because there
Yeah.
was a lot of help
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
helping people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like, oh cool, like I think I had no employment during that time too,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it helped out.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna play here over here like I was bawling during all that time.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
was like, no,
Yeah.
like I wasn't,
And that was, so that
So-
was COVID time. So that's 7 jobs.
yeah.
Anything else?
Mm,
I counted Walmart already,
oh,
and I haven't
Desert-
counted
De-
Primerica.
Desert Oak. Desert Oak.
That's a barbecue place. Have you been?
Yeah,
No, I
it's
haven't
good.
been.
We gotta take you guys.
Richard, Steve, you guys, you're cool. Your food is pretty good. Yeah.
We'll have them on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll
Some
have-
restaurant tours.
Yeah, and then from all that, I like stopped working for a bit. Like I was working, but like very little, like Desert Oak.
Yeah.
But then I really went into the soccer career. Like I was, this is it. Like Primerica put a pause. I was like, I just don't feel like I'm hitting anywhere with this. So
Mm.
I'm just gonna follow my friend Alex. He approached me. He's like, bro,
You gotta go all in.
yeah, like let's do it. Like, and he was already doing coaching. He was
Mhm.
a coach.
Mhm.
Well, he still currently runs a good business,
Mm-hmm.
very successful business. He's like, dude, let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And we started training. We were training, a lot. Like I was pretty much the same way I'm today, like
Yeah.
200 pounds during that time as well. And I went down all the way to like 170.
Damn.
And I was going to San Antonio tryouts, New Mexico.
How are you paying for that stuff, bro?
Like Desert, whatever Desert could pay me during that time, Like I was working still here and there.
And you had rent.
I had moved back with my dad,
Gotcha.
but I was gonna move out again.
Yeah.
I just needed a better job.
Are you gonna go out to lunch with Alex? The way you're going out to lunch with different people to connect?
to connect?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
You think you'll do Alex?
Alex, like what, my old guy?
Yeah.
If you wanted to,
Do
but
you want to?
I do. Like I wouldn't mind because there were some relationships there that I really do treasure
Mhm.
as a brother. Like I still
Mhm.
look up at him like a brother to me.
Yeah.
Like that's where it comes back to core values, like
Mhm.
my loyalty.
Yeah.
Like I have a loyalty to you guys and my people here.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ever guys need help or anything,
Yeah.
like I'll be there to back you up,
Yeah.
regardless of the situation. Like
Yeah.
like hey bro, like you messed up, but
Mhm.
I'm still gonna try to help you. And that's the type of relationship I thought we had with him because we started off this business. Well, it was his business. I was helping out him here and there,
Yeah.
but apparently there is a lot of like dispute or like he was talking a lot of bad things behind my back. Unfortunately, during that time.
Do you think you ever got closure with him?
No, I don't think so. Like he just like left it on the hook,
Yeah.
but it was just like
Yeah.
But
And you just kind of went on your way. He went on his.
yeah, and I just like left it like that. It's very unfortunate,
Yeah.
because we built a pretty. I thought we had a pretty strong bond,
Right.
but I think the only thing that kept us together was the soccer thing and
Yeah.
of
Everything else is
interest.
maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, he's still my brother. I don't want to like go more into the personal stuff because it's personal stuff for him.
Yeah.
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 I don't want to speak bad behind his back either.
Yeah. No. I've always thought it would be a good idea for you to have. Well, actually, recently, I started thinking that it'd be a good idea for you guys to go have lunch.
It would be.
I think you're
Yeah.
ready.
You think I'll be like, yo?
Like, yo, let's go to the
Yeah.
lunch, man.
No, I
Let's
think
go.
I should. That'd
Yeah.
be something I think, and I could see how that affected me a little bit after, because I was like, I started becoming I don't want to trust people no more,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I was like, and then when we came into this business, I was like very, defensive, like not defensive, but I was like very
Wary.
alert,
Yeah. Alert. Yeah. Cautious.
yeah. But then I started learning how you guys were on the word, and like relax.
Wait, when you first started, like with us, like in 2024, is that when we started? Yeah, 2024. Is that when you were more alert, or when we did Blackstone?
No, back like when I barely joined you guys.
Interesting.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
more like, I don't know if I should trust you guys.
Really? I never got
See, I
those
never got that
vibes.
feeling at all. So you hit it
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah, but then again, like I just like, well, they're up to something, so I'm just gonna focus on,
Enjoyment.
well, like
Enjoyment.
doing something,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
something special.
Making business.
Yeah, like I'm not like I try to separate business from personal,
Right.
and that's super important too sometimes. But,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But as long as you can separate, those two things,
Yeah.
you should be fine.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think we might be running out of time here. I do have one question that I want Marco to ask. Do the third one from the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, because these two are kind of the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, David. Now to go even more
into your personal
Aye,
life.
What's your favorite color, David?
I don't know, guys. I'm
Hey. So, you have a lot to offer with your, again, going back to your experiences, but going back to the trust, what you know, what you believe in, everything you believe now, what you want to do in the future. You see this company. What would you say your gift to the world is?
to the world.
Unless you know it off the bat, but that's
The gift to
What is your gift to give to the world?
I don't think it's a my gift. It's a gift that God already gave me.
Okay.
So the way I am with people, like good, like obviously has to be good.
Mhm.
That's my gift.
Mhm.
Like if you want to help out people,
Mhm.
serve people, love people, but maybe bring them to God, that's my gift that God gave me.
Mhm.
So if his willingness is to continue this business and like spread and
Make it
help
bigger.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, and influence in a good way. But to bring him to his glory first, then
Mhm.
that's it. That's the gift I will leave to the world.
There you go.
And there's not a gift like I could say it's my gift to you, like to the world. It's from God.
That is the gift that God gave you.
yeah.
Yeah.
To give to.
And remember, like he's our savior,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. you
That's
know?
good.
No, that's good.
That
So
is good.
that's where I argue, like, well, then we have to get big so that we can
Yes.
spread it on a bigger scale.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
here we can do a pretty good job, and we have
We have
within maybe
pretty-
10 to 20 to maybe 30 people.
Yeah.
But imagine 300.
right.
Imagine 3 million.
Yeah. Like I'm just so grateful. Like so far, like with the 4, co-owners.
Yeah.
That what we done. I'm really proud of you guys, and I could tell you publicly too that
Yeah.
we come a long way. It's not easy, and especially the type of trust we have.
Mhm.
Like,
For sure.
I mean, we have the same credit card, the same debit, like the same debit, same
Yeah.
account,
Yeah.
and it's like I never worried about like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be to the point where I'm like checking every day,
Mhm.
like
right.
so
That's good.
that's the type of trust I have with you guys, and,
Yeah.
and Zayman too.
Yeah.
Even though he decided to go a different route,
Yeah.
like you could tell like
Yeah.
the type of relationship we built.
Yeah,
trust we
all
have
of
there.
us. Yeah, we
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
have trust.
And the people
'Cause-
here,
Yeah, because you never know what might happen. Like, we have our passions, and he has his passion, and we
Yeah.
trust him too. Like, you know what,
Right.
bro? We love you. We'll support you no matter what.
right?
Same thing if for some reason you're like, hey, I'm gonna go do this. Hey, bro, we trust you. You love you. What's up? How can I help you? That's
Yeah.
the trust that I feel like you need to have when you're building something worth building.
Yeah.
Like, since we're building something that we see so huge, we gotta have that trust. We gotta have that loyalty of saying, these guys have my back. If I'm gonna go 100% in, these guys have my back.
Yeah,
That's the type of trust you need to have, and not just anyone. Because if everyone could trust everyone would be successful, right? Everyone would be I'm happy
Yeah.
with friends. Obviously not. So that's through trials, tribulations that God gives you and us as a business.
Mhm.
That's where the trust grows. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's how you
No,
know.
for sure.
Which goes to you is going back to the gift that God gave you.
Amen.
You know what I mean? The
Mhm.
love, the spiritualness, what God gave you. You know what I mean? And you're definitely using it, which is pretty good.
Yeah. No, I want to thank you on that too, because you helped me get closer. Like, I don't know anybody in this office that hasn't talked to you about or that mentions you in the conversation. Where like, yeah, thanks to Marco, like he's helped me with it, my
Mhm.
spiritual life,
Mhm.
and that's the type of influence I want to have too.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, Kendrick's another guy. He's another, close friend,
Mhm.
investor as well. And the way he's influenced my life too. It's
Mhm.
like those type of relationships I want to have.
Mhm.
Like those type of brotherhood I want to surround myself with.
Right.
Like with you guys.
Yeah.
And keep it tight.
Yeah.
Those strong bonds.
And yeah, like Marco said, it's like when you have those strong bonds, it's how you can succeed faster,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you were in a team and you guys don't trust each other, it's like it's an extra thing for you to have to worry
Yeah.
about,
Like,
for
rather
sure.
than you're on a team where it's like you all trust each other and you're working towards
right.
that big
Mhm.
goal.
Don't go over your back.
You know.
Yeah.
And so to end it off, then, what advice would you give someone who's looking to either who's going through something tough like you did when you were younger,
Ooh.
or someone who's looking to start a business? Like, choose one thing you'd want to say to them.
Yeah. Like a full sentence.
No, it could be a paragraph. It's fine. It could be a full page.
Yeah, like, well, if you're going through something, like, once again, leave it to the Lord. But you gotta start looking at it a different way. Like if you're acting as a victim, like, that's not gonna help you at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta start looking at it as, like, be abundant, like, look at, and there's gonna be crazy stuff like, oh, everything's happening to me, excuse after excuse,
Right.
or complaining, like, it's a bad thing. Like, stop complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then do something about it, and if you're trying to do whatever business or career, whatever you're trying to approach, like, there's consistency to it. Like, as long as you're consistent to it and you're, like, solely working on it diligently, like, every day, and sometimes you gotta get aggressive. Like, go get it, man. Like, you'll be so surprised how easy it is to beat people these days. Like, there's just not enough. I guess there's people sometimes that they just don't even try,
Right.
you know? So it's like seriously, this is the competition.
Mhm.
Like, to at least put up a fight, you
Mhm.
know. And like if that's you, like, because there's bunch of other us, like, you know, you and like working on the same industry,
Mhm.
and what do you provide that's different from everyone else,
Right.
you know. So like what I try to always do on my when I go talk to people and like get the sell,
Yeah.
what is going to be different from what's the difference from that wholesaler or investor from you? It's like quality, like how well you take care of your people. Well, like how do you get through that transaction that they'll remember you every time? And I got in past leads where it's like, oh yeah, his service was just wow. Even though we didn't even do business, like, no, you know what? I don't think it's the right time for you to sell. Like, I think you should just wait. And even that has gotten me business back.
Right. Of course.
Mhm.
Because it's coming from a good spot.
Yeah, like it's from your heart. Like,
Exactly.
you know, and mean it. You know, be genuine. Like right now, a lot of the things like maybe even things that like I was like, oh shit, maybe Alex might see this. Like, but we're being genuine. Like that's what it is. Like you're just being very transparent on what you need to say. Like
Right.
don't hide stuff.
Right.
You know, like just be who you are.
Right.
And like literally right now, like I'm a goofball, guys, but like most of the time I'm messing around. But when it comes to business, like I get serious. But you guys know me, like I know
Yeah.
sometimes I do play around too much, but that's who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how like I try to always have a smile on my face.
Mhm.
If it's like, you know, like we're putting out fires this morning,
Yeah.
like, well, let's have. It's like I'm still grateful. I'm still alive. Like
Yeah.
it's not in the world, you know.
Yeah.
Like the day I would be very like I hope it never happens, but I'm telling you, like the thing I would probably be the worst case scenario is that I don't make it to heaven.
Mhm.
That's the
Right. That's
worst.
the scariest.
That's the scariest. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like or God hides His face from me. Like that's where I'm like I
That'd be
messed
scary.
up.
So your advice then is to have people out there, like if they're going through stuff, get closer to God.
Amen.
Because
Yeah.
in the end, whatever you're feeling and facing here
Yeah.
is nothing
It's
compared to
nothing.
having the glory of God
Yeah.
eternally,
Yeah.
right?
Amen.
And if you put anything else on a pedestal, like, oh, these problems are so bad,
Yeah.
like that's where you end up going down
exactly.
downhill.
Yeah. Your
That's good.
treasures are in heaven,
I
not
like it.
on earth.
Yes, they are.
There you
Amen.
go.
Amen.
Thank you,
Awesome.
David.
Yeah.
Well, I
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for
It's exciting.
your stories, your past, and
God.
stuff like
And
that.
your wisdom, man.
Your wisdom, yes.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Marcus, here. We'll have you on again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. I'm excited to see where we end
Where
up.
this takes us, yeah, we'll look at this in a year and be like, oh, that's where we were. And then 10
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
50 years.
I'll be like
grandkids.
I'll be like the old dude all cut. All
That's funny.
You heard
That's
it
funny.
here. He's gonna be cut,
Cut
next
at
year.
80 years old. Oh,
And at 80, and at 80.
Yeah,
He's gonna
yeah.
get cut next year and stay cut.
Yeah,
This is
like
accountability.
Abraham with gray hair and like.
Yeah.
No, I
we,
him.
need to have him on
Like,
here.
hey,
yeah,
Abraham,
yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Awesome. So I'll go ahead and do the outro. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for watching in. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys want us to talk about anything specific or bring someone certain on, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe wherever you're seeing this, and we'll see you on the next one.